Well, hello everyone, welcome back to MCM Outdoors, and thank you very much as ever for clicking on this video. I am back in the great outdoors and I'm excited to be heading off nearly at the pitch spot on a wild camp to test out a new type of tent. It's a DD Superlight XL pyramid tent, and I've got the DD solo mesh inner which goes in that as well. So I'm looking forward to testing that out. The only negatives so far are the wind, which is due to drop down, but nevertheless it's going to be a good test for this new tent. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got pretty basic rations for tea, and I've got a couple of beers, nothing too much really on this one, but spring is definitely well and truly on its way. I've had nothing but the soundtrack of Skylarks and Curlew on the way up to this one. So yeah, it's always nice. The weather's looking pretty good. It's going to get very cold tonight. The temperature's going to drop down to about minus or possibly below. So it's going to be nice and breezy. So it's going to be nice and chilly in that mesh tent. To counteract the cold, I brought with me that brilliant Nordisk Oscar -10 sleeping bag, and I've got that cozy cover just to put on for an extra layer of insulation. So yeah, all in all, this is going to be a brilliant wild camp, and it's always good to try out some new bits of equipment. So I'm going to speak to you when we get to our camp spot. Well, what a lovely half an hour I've just spent in complete silence, just listening to this wind in the grass, and all I can hear is grouse, gulls, curlew and skylark. This is another favourite spot of mine. I really enjoy it here. I'm not going to advertise the location, but if you know it, you know it. But it's a location that's not too hard to get to. I must admit, probably like a lot of other people, putting petrol in the car to get to the Lake District and back at the moment, it's a non-starter, so I'm just kind of staying as local as I can just for the time being, and we'll see how that situation pans out. But we'll leave all that where it is, because we've come out to get away from the madness and the insanity. But yeah, I mean, it's just been so nice just sitting here. So lucky with the weather today. We've got our pack, we've got our nice book to read, which we were looking at on the last camp. We've got the new shelter, and it's just so nice and relaxing and peaceful to just get out and away from it all. That's what it's all about. I think it's time to get the shelter out. When we get it pitched, and we'll have a look at it. So this is what we're using on this trip, the DD XL pyramid tent, coupled with the DD solo mesh tent, both from their Superlight series. And I've got a DD trekking pole. Obviously you can use any trekking pole. They were kind enough to send me this to test out with this bit of equipment. So all we need to do is set our hiking pole to 135 centimeters. I've tried this out in the garden a few times, just having a couple of little tests, and I find it's easier to erect it, especially when there's a bit of wind or breeze, by putting the mesh inner tent up first and then attaching the outer pyramid tent. It's nice and roomy, it's very stable in the wind, and you'll see for yourself in a minute. So let's get it set up. Well, we're all pitched up. I'm obviously sat inside. I'll give you a view from the outside in a minute, but it's relatively straightforward. You've just got a single trekking pole which is set to 135 centimeters. You place that into the apex of the inner tent. There's a little brass grommet in the center of this floor where I'm sat, and then you attach the outer and simply just go around and peg it out in a pyramidal shape. There will be a review of this coming soon, and I'm going to go over it in a lot more detail, but this is just a bit of a familiarization session really. And as you can see, I can sit up here, which is nice. I'll just turn you around. You can see we have got room for our rucksack, and you know, there's absolutely plenty of space in here. You could easily fit, you know, another person sleeping, bivvying. You can actually get a bigger tent for the inside of this. Now the difficulty is when you're pitching on this type of terrain, it's not flat and it's very undulating with this sort of tussocky grass, so it's always a little bit more difficult to get that perfect pitch and get everything nicely tensioned. So you might think the inner is a little bit saggy. Well, that is just because of the ground. You're gonna have to take my word for it. I've had it pitched in the back garden and I get it nice and taut there, so it's just because the ground is uneven, that's all. But there's plenty of room, it's nice and stable. We've got one zip, one door, entrance exit toward the front. It's just a single zipper, and we've got some Velcro tabs there, but I'm not going to go into great detail on this, and there'll be a full video review of this shelter coming up in the next couple of weeks on the channel. I'll just give you a quick look round outside, and then we'll get everything we need in the inner tent and get ready for darkness. So the sleeping bag I've brought along on this one, it's lost a lot of its compression now. It's the Nordisk Oscar -10. That's got a comfort rating of -6, a limit of -10 and an extreme rating of -30. That is an extremely warm bag, and it's a superb bit of equipment from Nordisk. In terms of mat, well, I use the Therma Z-Lite first. It's not strictly necessary because I get by just with the Neoware X-Lite. I know it's not a mega warm mat, but I'm usually okay with that. But I normally put the Therma Z-Lite sole down first. It's got a nice R value, this. It's not very heavy, it's really light, made out of this foam, and it just provides a little bit of extra warmth. In terms of pillow, it's a Luft pillow deluxe by Trekology. I just have a Montan down jacket there. Got an extra layer of warmth with this brilliant little bit of kit. It's made by Yeti by Nordisk. It's their cozy cover, absolutely tiny little thing. It's really top quality, crystal down, and it's really warm. And if you use that in conjunction with your sleeping bag, you will be absolutely toasty warm. It's like a bit of a quilt with a foot box sewn in, so I put that on first, or you can put it outside. It doesn't really matter, but it just keeps you absolutely toasty warm. I always bring a buff just to seal the gap around your neck, just to stop any heat escaping there. It's nice, just keeps you warm and cozy. And yeah, that's it really. So food wise on this one, Michelin star cooking only. We've got some super noodles and we've got some frankfurters. We're just going to chop them up, put them in with the noodles, nice and simple. We've got some cheese just for a bit of a snack, a breakfast bar obviously for breakfast. Got a little bit of chocolate just to keep us going, and 2 little beers. We've got a Lef, the brown or the Brun version. It's nice, a little bit darker. And we've got a Hazy Jane from Brewdog. We're gonna have them a little bit later. And yeah, that's it. We're just gonna get the air mattress blown up now, inflated. I do mention gear quite a lot, to be fair, and that's just a bit of a habit of mine. But I mean, my sort of thinking is when there's new subscribers coming to the channel, they might not have looked back on some of the older videos, so yeah, it might just be helpful for people. But certainly as the weather warms up a little bit and we're just out the tent more, getting some more footage and drone footage when the weather improves, I'll sort of be moving away from that really and just enjoying the camps themselves. So yeah, time to get the air mat blown up. And I've got my mist over Pendle book, which is very apt on this camp, because as we look out from the tent, Pendle Hill is right there on the skyline. Mini bratwurst in there. I'm going to go with some Lef Brun to enjoy them with. Well, I don't even know if I'm in shot properly there. I've only brought the little camera today. I wanted to keep things as minimal as I could. So, yeah. Little mini hot dogs. Well, they're nice. It's a nice simple meal, and a packet of noodles, 80p. It might not be the most nutritionally balanced meal, but it's a hot meal all the same. It's this lovely, it's like a darker version of it. Sorry for any eater noises that are being picked up on camera there. Oh, lovely Abbey beer aroma now in the vestibule. And that goes really well with that actually. Nice food pairing. Noodles and yeah, frankfurters with the Lef. But yeah, I'm going to sit and enjoy this little bit of a meal whilst looking out at the fantastic views over there. I'll speak to you a bit later on. The temperature has really dropped and there's a bit of a breeze starting up again. I've just been having a little mooch around outside, as you do, just passing some time, and it's really spooky out there, so let's go and have a look. Dare we? Let's step out into the night. So we've got the moon hidden by some hazy cloud, and then we sweep the camera around. There's our little haven from the night, a little den to protect us from the elements. So that breeze has picked up again. It's a really stable design. There's one reason why these teepees, in terms of history, the shape, so successful in terms of its wind shedding properties. And we'll knock the light off again. Well, yeah, it's really cosy. A nice window out from here. You look in, really is a nice nest. So it's time to get back in, and we'll probably stay back in now. Got one beer left. I'm going to get back into that book. So this is us for the rest of the night, folks. One final beer, a little bit of chocolate, and our mist over Pendle book. And then when we get tired, we're just going to get into this cosy sleep setup. Nice and toasty and cosy warm. So I'm going to do a bit of reading, and I will say good night just before I turn the light out. But there's not been a lot of filming on this one. I've just brought the small camera. I'm just trying to keep it short, really short and simple, this one, so probably won't be as long as one of the usual videos. But yeah, it doesn't matter, it's good to get out all the same, and hopefully at least bring you some vaguely interesting content along the way. So I'm going to do a bit of reading now, and I'll speak to you just before we say good night. So in terms of stove, I think I mentioned earlier on, it's the Cabaltum by EOE, which is Eiffel Outdoor Equipment. I just kind of use this every time, really. Well, increasingly so, just because, like I've mentioned on the last video, the stability, the fact it's remote from the gas. You know, I've got the flame well away from any fly sheet fabrics there, and it's just a good system which pretty much just works. So yeah, I can really recommend this stove. It's really good. One thing you can do in colder weather, or when your gas is colder like today, do it carefully. You can invert your gas, and you're here with the stove. Yeah, it's a bit of a new lease of life. So there we go, we're running with an inverted cartridge. It's not too hot, and you can see it's kicked up again. So when the gas is really cold, use it like that. Take care as well, because when you turn it back, there's always some liquid gas in the fuel tube. So when you turn it off, it will take a couple of seconds. That's normal, and that happens when you do that because the liquid gas is actually in the hose here. So you've got to wait for that to burn off. It only takes a few seconds, but something to be aware of on any gas stove when you invert the gas cartridge. So right on cue, it's just started to rain as we're packing down. Really simple process, just obviously a reverse of what we've done. Get it all folded up and back into the stuff sack. Well, that misty view across and out to the Forest of Bowland. Well, that's it, folks. The end of another fantastic wild camp here in the great outdoors. Lovely time, always great to be out, always a fantastic time out, really enjoyable, and you've recharged the batteries, de-stressed, and you feel much better for it for coming out. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one by the time I've edited it, but if you have, I'd really appreciate it if you just hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching on a TV, I know it's a pain, but if there's some way you can do that, I'd really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber to the MCM Outdoors YouTube channel, there's hundreds of videos in the back catalogue, so please do consider subscribing. I would appreciate that too. And of course, I'm on Instagram and there's a group on Facebook. Come over and join that, and join a bunch of like-minded people, a great friendly bunch of outdoor enthusiasts. Go and enjoy the outdoors yourself. Come and do things like this. Always leave no trace, and let's get our little ones out enjoying it too. Take them with you. Put a tent in the garden, take a tent to the park. Just encourage them to get outdoors. Right, slog back to the car. I'll see you on the next one, and take care.